And I'm the Dell programmer, and this is our craft time for grown-ups. And today we are doing the frosted mason jars. We're going to show you a couple of different techniques and what you'll need to do that. First, we need some food coloring. We use the icing from Wilton's. It's a little thicker, just a little bit better, different colors. You can use either Elmer's school glue, or you can use the Mod Podge. Either one. You'll need a sponge brush to be able to brush it on there, and also something to stir your food coloring in with your glue. There's a little bit of a streaky, kind of nice texture to it. This is on the inside when you roll it around. We'll show you how to do that as well. And this is also a larger one that we've done the roll around. On this one, we didn't exactly mix the color and the glue together as well, because we kind of wanted a little bit of the different colors in the frosted mason jar. So now we're going to go ahead and start on getting our glue ready for our, I'm going to take a plastic cup, about this size is good. If you're going to use Elmer's glue, it's a little bit thicker than the Mod Podge. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some water. Not a lot, just enough to make it a little easier to glide on. So that's a pretty big jar. So we're going to put about, I don't know, that's probably about 1/8 of a cup. I don't think it's much more than a splash. I'm going to put the lid back on so I don't have to worry about that. Open the die. Now I have a yellow fingernail. Splash of water. And a dab. Professional measurement there. And we're going to mix them together. You can see it's a little runny, but it's not excessively runny. But it's not so thick that it won't go on the jar. Using our brush, we're going to start at the lip of the mason jar. We're not going to put a very a very thick coat on at first, because we're going to go around at least twice. Now I'm not going to do the bottom of the jar either. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, but not on the bottom. And we're just going to go up and down. Try to make it as even as you can. And as you can see, it's just a really thin coat. All the way around. Now I've reached all the way around. Starting where I started from before, I'm going to do the second coat right away, because I'm going to let this dry anyway. Doesn't matter how. Now I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it over here on the aluminum foil lined cookie sheet. I'm going to attempt to not drop it, but place it upside down. It shouldn't run because you made sure it's a pretty light coat. If you put it on this side and any runs down, it's going to have a ring right around the bottom of it. You really kind of don't want to have that little extra buildup of the food coloring and the glue. Now we're going to take our next one. And this time I'm going to show you on a jelly jar. And the reason I did that is because of the quilted pattern on it. It makes it a little easier, to show you the difference in the texture on the glass. And also, it's kind of nice because this size here is really nice for maybe putting on your vanity, any kind of Q-tips, cotton swabs, the cotton balls, things like that in your bathroom. These over here are wonderful if you were going to do a centerpiece, maybe for a gift or something like that. You have to remember, because you are using glue, and Elmer's glue at that, a school glue, it is definitely going to be water soluble. So you cannot put water in there, but you could put your dried flowers. You could put, for like a centerpiece at a wedding, that would be perfect. Something along those lines. So that's our yellow. Let's try the pink now. This one says that it's a light pink. So we'll have to see how that comes out. Again, we're just going to get a dab. And when you're looking at it in here, it's about the same color you're going to get on your glass. Maybe a slight bit darker. Now the technique with this one is a little bit different. Actually, I kind of think a lot different. It's a little more coated, as you can see. It's a little less, maybe streaky is the word, but it doesn't have the dramatic effect that the brush on does. Now also, when you're doing this, you're going to let it dry for about 24 to 48 hours until it's completely and totally dry. But however, now this I'm going to pour directly in the middle. You can also, to speed things up on the drying, place your oven on the slowest setting, which is, my oven is about 175. I know some ovens are a little bit more, maybe like 200. Whichever yours is, that's fine. We're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to roll it. You just roll it slowly. It takes a lot of patience. I have a lot of dye in here I didn't know I had. I'm just going to roll it, roll it, roll it. You're going to make sure that you don't have any air bubbles. You're just going to keep watching it and let it roll. Do not hurry it along. Don't try to do one full length at a time, because you will wear it. Again, experience speaking. Here's the great part. Trying to get it towards the lip, but not over the edge. And keep rolling it around without getting the air bubbles in there. Because you will start to see them the more that it rolls forward instead of sideways. I don't know what that is, but it's the way it works. And take it almost to the extreme edge without going over. And I'll show you why in a couple of seconds here, once we get to that point. So we're going to take an empty cup that has nothing in it, and we're going to do this. Now, all of the excess is going to roll out, and it'll roll all the way around the entire lip of the container. So again, air dry, 24 to 48 hours. If you're going to put it in the oven, you're going to put it in the oven until it's probably about 175 to 200 degrees, and it's going to be in there anywhere, I have read online, anywhere from 30 minutes to 90 minutes. I guess it just depends on your oven and how long it takes to do it. But it'll look like this when it's in the oven. Again, be careful. Obviously, they're really, really, really hot. Keep it on the tray that you have it on with the aluminum foil, because it will not stick to the aluminum foil when you take it off. You will see that the edges are a little bit darker, and you can take that off if you want to use a lid for it instead of using it as an open air container. Another thing you can also do, and a lot of people have done this, is they cut the top of their container and they put the Kleenex in here, put it on top, and they have a custom Kleenex holder. They have a lot of different reasons and things that they do to decorate it. I've seen them take twine and they use a hot glue gun, and they do the twine all the way around, and then maybe they would hang a medallion of some sort, maybe have somebody's name on a piece of wood or something they could hang down. So there's lots of ways to decorate it. So that's our June craft for the summer reading program, our frosted mason jars. July's craft will be lit wine bottles. I hope you'll enjoy and join us for that. Thank you.